Africa have the essentials. We have the soil, we have the fruits, the vegetables, we have the essentials. So Africa is essential. I figure I'll take you outside today because since Corona and since winter, all our videos have been inside. But with the outer door today, and let me tell you something. You see when summer day here and the sun nice and the weather nice, Mike day here with the pan a jerk chicken. No weather nice like that, eh? All the way. So we're over here in Germany, you know, because I work, because I travel. But our heart is home. Home is where the heart is, and that's Africa, and that is Jamaica. So big up on yourself. So here me and Mike gonna have a little chit chat. So we've been inside. That's what I was saying. All our videos have been inside because we've been inside from October. From October, not because of Corona, but because of the weather. And so this is the first time we wanted to bring you guys outside. Thank God the little sun out because it's still cold. As German I say, it's cold. So the little sun out. And we're just really enjoying it, so we'll bring you guys outside. So when we come back again, we're gonna probably have budding panda tree and little life, because right now, like I said, only the evergreen trees are alive. But yeah,
the question that comes is, how comes these countries have a period? Yes, there is a time that their land is dead, but the economy never dies. While African economy, it's always, there is not a time that is dry. There is not a time that people are closed up indoors.
Right.
But the economy, that's the question that it got me going, and I'm wondering, is it time for a change? Is it time for us educating our fellow Africans?
Yeah, I think changing the mindset of Africans is good, because Africa is the future. The future. Hold on, Joshua, what that name out? What's that? Oh. I think he was eating what he was. So Africa is the future. The future is Africa. We already know that. Like the world, them know it. Them just like one like them don't want to catch up with it. But it's just the mindset of Africans need to change, and the government.
Oh yes.
The government, because Africa have everything. There's nothing that's missing off the continent. And with Germany, there's production. So even though the land is bare, them collect when it's springtime, the farmers are already out planting. One of the next video we're gonna bring you through the farm. Here's some of the farmland, guys. I'm on the morning stroll with my son. The land is already tilled, ready for farming. You know, Ghanaian president said, one district, one factory, and I totally agree. We have to put in Africa what is African for the Africans, right? So he was saying basically, we have the raw material, we have the cocoa beans, we have the gold, we have the minerals, but yet still it is shipped elsewhere to be refined, right? And that is totally wrong. The man said if even 50%, my sound is probably bad because I'm in the woods. The man said if even 50% of that stuff is put back in the economy, how much it will benefit the people. And that is so true. So one district, one factory. Shout out to Ghana, shout out to the president who is about to make that change and empower and evolve the African people. So yeah, the farmers are already planting. Spring harvest time, them gather, them production. So they're constantly producing. Even when them land bare, they've developed this infrastructure, they've developed these systems to provide. And countries like Deutschland and the UK and the US, they make all these factories to refine your products because they don't produce it. But if you produce, refine and export, 100% benefit. And the people need the 100% benefit. Come on. We live next door to a farmer. So I'm in a big company.
No.
And this man have horses, cows. We get fresh honey from him. Him plant up him all the stuff you can think about. Corn, potatoes.
And it's not a farmer that only focuses on one thing.
And tell him how old this man is.
He's 78.
Tell him a Ben. And this man get up from before a day, got a farm, come back after 10 at night time every single day.
You know, there's things that we don't appreciate as Africans, as factors as far as the weather, and there is not a single time that our country or our land is dead.
For sure.
Because this is a time in Germany or
Definitely.
in
That's
these
a good point.
foreign countries that their land is dead.
As you can see, bareness.
Yeah, there is bare. There is nothing growing basically on trees. The leaves shed. When the leaves shed, basically the trees are dry, and it's not the best. So that's the time people go inside. So there is no development. It puzzles me so bad that we are raining on the same problem over and over and over again. That we are the one who accept donors from outside. How come that we as the continent of Africa is not the donor of food?
Wow, that's true. That is true.
Because
you have everything.
We have everything.
Oh
everything
my gosh,
from
planting.
January to December.
Wow.
There is production from January all the way to December.
And those countries are still importing. They might import potato. They don't need to import potato.
We have potato growing right
them
there in the land.
Them have cocoa, them have shea butter, them can make them own beauty products.
There you go. So
they might import Dove, St. Ives,
all those products.
Vaseline. You have it, Africa. We have it.
But we know how to produce our own, but we are not producing. So it's time for young people to wake up and don't think about education, because education, yes, is important.
It's not the key to success.
Education is not a solution to manual.
Right.
Me going to school doesn't help
inventions.
me. Yes, doesn't come with an invention. There is work required. Work required as far as what am I doing with my hands? Because that's where we have gone wrong. Everybody that goes to school, we all want these white collar jobs, 9 to 5 kind of employment.
Right. Wow.
I don't want to be employed.
I don't want to work for nobody.
Because the moment you're employed, what the government or what the employer gives you is basically like a drug to sustain you.
Yeah.
So
who wants
everybody
to be locked up in an office working? I hate that. Me
that,
never grew up like that in Jamaica. Like a girl, I walk hills and valleys and terrains. So that's like me as a person. The job that I do, I'm in nobody's office. I'm out there.
And that's why I guess with the African mentality, everybody is working towards getting into the office.
Oh.
I am tired of the office.
Tired.
It's time to get out and do something with my hands.
Till the land.
Do something with my hands.
Eat what to grow what to eat.
That's true.
Because your desire is agriculture.
Yeah. So.
And we're not looking for agriculture in a foreign land. We're looking to go back to Africa, to go back to Jamaica, to give back.
From where our home is. That's where we're going back. Because living in these countries, I am tired of winter. I am tired of going indoors for 6 months.
Basically half of the year. And Germany a little bit longer.
Even right now, we are chancing it because you never know what's going to happen next month or next week.
Yeah. It's supposed to snow next Saturday.
Talk about it. I don't want to hear about snow. But seriously, it's time for us. Wake up. Let's get our hands to something. All those reading books and all those things that we are doing, they are not covering up, or they are not, what's the word to use?
It's good to be in the know, but they're not making ends meet.
They are not a makeup.
Especially in Corona now. What your degree doing for you? Probably nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Probably nothing.
You're still looking to be employed by an employer who is struggling. Businesses
when
are
people
struggling.
have to eat. Look, the essentials. And Africa have the essentials. You're talking about Corona, shut down everything except the essentials. Africa have the essentials. We have the soil, we have the fruits, the vegetables, we have the essentials. So Africa is essential.
And that's why
we should tap into that essentiality.
And that's why you see, and that's why we keep saying we have bad leaders. But we allow them to be bad leaders because it's not that we are rising up or bringing up challenges. But if you rise up,
them kill the people, them mobilize the army and kill off the people.
But we can bring challenges in forms of other ways of educating somebody else. Because all we are doing is following these political supporters.
Right.
And at the end of the game, you know what they're doing? They're putting money in their pocket rather than bringing infrastructure. Like people who
they're going to politics to get rich. Can you imagine not to improve the country, but to get rich?
Do you know they even brought it up in the world news that Kenya, to be a politician in Kenya, you basically earning more than any other politician elsewhere in the world.
Are you serious?
And what is Kenya known for? Production. Just tea. We export tea. We export avocados. We export, what else? I can't even remember something
and
else.
And Kenyan politicians get the most pay?
They sure do.
Foolishness.
And what are they doing? Look at how, so they're bringing up the division between the rich and the poor. Basically, we allow anybody to come in just because you're a politician.
Doesn't Kenya have the biggest slum in the world?
We sure do.
Oh, tears.
It's called Kibera.
Tears.
So how comes they earn the biggest check, but yet we have the biggest slum in Africa?
Oh my gosh,
or
Kenya.
in the entire world. Tell me how that...
It don't add up.
It doesn't add up.
It's hurtful.
It doesn't add up. And that's why if we continue to allow these people become leaders, all they are going to do is talk about their stomach. And they are not talking about the people who elected them. Because they just come and bribe us with 500, and you give them the vote for the 5 years they are going to be in politics. And they don't turn back to come and do anything. So it's time. We are tired. I am tired of seeing all those manipulations happening. So it's time for Africans, young people, don't allow these politicians to come and bribe you to give their vote or to get a vote from you. It's time for them to work for their vote. As far and you get what you are required to get. Because roads, you're entitled to roads. You're entitled to
healthcare, education, living facilities, good living facilities.
How come
as in running water, electricity accessible?
How comes you're still there's places that they're still being rationed electricity, places there is still being rationed water? Those are not the things to be rationed about. So it's time for us all as Africans, rise up wherever you are, get your hands into something, and don't let us all go to school to be employed.
And if this is the first time you're meeting us, I'm Ruth, the Jamaican.
I'm Michael, the Kenyan.
And we want to improve our people. We want to see our people